Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mars coming at you over the interwaves with another StarCraft 2 cast. This is me blatantly stealing one of the replays from the Dreamhack Tour tournament that just finished. The replay pack was just finished. I'll see if you can actually do this sort of thing, but I thought it'd be fun to stream a little bit higher quality games than I usually do. I like casting things sent into Reddit's Cast It if you would like to have your games cast, uploaded to GG Tracker or drop.fc or any of the other sites and posted on StarCraft or in Reddit's Cast It, and either myself or a member of the community will get down to it. However, I get different levels of play, and I thought it may be nice to see definitely top GM professionals play as well. Anyway, over in this side we have, ranging from China, I think we have wait, so God, I don't, how do you do that? That's how you do it. Okay, so wait, what? How do you do that? XY. Okay, good, excellent. Now I've got that out of the way. Over on this side, we have Elazer. I'm gonna have to work on that. Right. Anyway, we have Elazer going for a hatch before pool and an early gas in order to provide some speed, or early lair, I don't know, speed most likely. And we have XY going for a barracks first and then his own expansion. So no really early high aggressive proxy stuff going on, just a Reaper being sent out to see what it can do with 4 Zerglings and 2 Queens, preparing for the defense of that. And yeah, drones for Elazer, as he does send. Oh, is he going to lose out the drone? No, very nice save there, and as long as he stays on the creep, those Zerglings are actually very nasty for Elazer. And is he? Oh no, another chance at the last minute building for Elazer, as he does manage to shoot that Reaper away with the Queen. You don't want to go too far away from your creep, because he can now just sprint past you, but he doesn't. He decides to move away. Speed on the way for Elazer, and XY is not going to get this scouting overlord, as it will get away with just 24 hit points, so that's quite lucky for him. So we've got a factory being placed on the reactor, meaning we can probably with the starport it'll be double mine. No, Hellions. Oh, that's been a while. Alright, sure, why not? Third being placed down for Elazer, as he hasn't really built any additional army beyond what he initially did. Now we've got both Elazer and XY working on their economy for drones, to SCVs, things going on. And okay, so we're not going to have the Widowmine drop, we're going to have the Hellion drop, or possibly 2 Hellions and 4 Marines. Sure, why not? And we're going to get a pause. Yes, this was a problem in Tool. There were some ISP network connection issues. I don't know. I didn't ask, or I never got. There were some stories about who is to blame, but yeah, I don't know. So XY going for a Reaper and Hellion pressure at the front while dropping in a bunch of Marines somewhere else. No, not a Liberator. Wait, didn't I could have sworn there was a medevac coming out of there. Alright, well, I guess not. XY muscling up with additional barracks being placed down. Does have that third command center though. So he's just about to fully saturate these two mineral lines. So he may feel in a position to put this in location. As a laser once again comes into view, sees those barracks, sees that third command center, so he should have a pretty decent idea of what is going on. And XY using a nice little trick. If you're a high enough level and you have the APM, if you're not going to use that factory, you can use that to build the add-ons for the barracks, so that the barracks don't have to do that themselves. As XY finds that fourth base and pulls out before a bunch of queens can come in and, you know, poke them. Liberator is spotted and kept out of the way by a spore crawler. Instead, going to shoot that overlord. Now we have medevacs being built and we have tanks being built, so I guess that's the add-on that the factory does in fact use. Marines and tank evacs is a very popular I don't know, composition these days for Terrans, but look at that one Marine. Look at that one Marine following these guys. And he isn't on move command, so that's a good thing. As XY does unload, and that one Liberator to zone out. This could be a very powerful attack. It would be even more powerful if there was a armory. Yes, there was, and I did a piss poor job at observing. As XY does move in with that Marine force and those Hellbats to buffer, because Marines by themselves don't do the greatest of jobs against roaches, and he manages to take out that fourth base. Very nice. Load up a bunch of units, having lost 8 Marines in total, I suppose, and 2 Hellbats, but Elazer right in position to take care of this. Well, no, in fact not, as XY decides to drop here instead. But the army of Elazer in position soon enough to take care of that, and manages to get out mostly unscathed. The fourth being built for XY, preparing to match his opponent for his economic prowess. And we've got 2-2 underway for both players, with Elazer opting to go for the melee style, which has been quite popular. It's good enough that it's really inconvenient. No, it beat even Polt in the last Dreamhack, which was Austin, I think. Oh yeah, and that's not a good place to move in, as an entire army is there. Yes, XY, perhaps it is best to just pick up and leave. I was putting something there. So, Overlord speed. Oh, and there are the first infestors in play, and that low hit squad does get taken out. Both the medevacs do survive though, so that is not optimal, and this guy is being transformed into planetary fortress. Very good. And now we have a Elazer on the move, and he hits before the planetary fortress is done, so he can possibly push it back. Nope, no. XY in a very nice position, those tanks being dropped there, and that fourth is perfectly safe over there. And now it's XY's turn to go and maybe move out. Now this is the reason that melee style is so dangerous. It is ultralisks. If you manage to, there we go, drop overlords. That's what that overlord speed was for. XY moving into position, slowly moving his tanks forward and spreads out his Marines against those nasty fungals. And Elazer splits off a bunch of units to harass a fifth that is not yet there. And at the same time, you may want to wait for your chitinous plating to come in here. 2 armor or 3 armor, I suppose, is quite nice. Nice pickup of the medevacs right there. He's going to get these as well with an Ultralisk spawning on top of them. That is very unfortunate. And another tank goes down. But yeah, the chitinous plating isn't there yet, meaning that Ultras do still die to Marines. And now that is in, meaning they have 7 armor. I think Marines now do 1 or a half the damage per shot. Meaning that the Ultralisk right now just don't die that fast anymore. They still take quite a bit of tank fire, but that's it. And it's a lovely engage by Elazer as XY slowly being pushed away and nibbled up. And XY is on the retreat as he managed to, you know, get himself caught on this high ground and fully in preparation of Elazer's assault, or maybe possibly since the last attack. A bunch of SCVs were there repairing this. Once again, checks for that 5th guy, like, you don't have this yet, alright, and I have my 5th up already, so yay me. And oh, this is cool. Don't see a lot of these. There's a game that Total Biscuit used to play. Which Overlord is the Ultralisk in? Chomp chomp. Yeah, well, you know, that's oh wow, look at how slowly this thing dies. Yep, no, that's not good. These guys may be a little bit more effective in killing shit. Has he got adrenal glands? No, it doesn't have adrenal glands. Huh. Oh, that's certainly something I'd choose to invest in. As there is a drop over here on the 4th, but that's going to get cleaned up quite easily for Marauders, of which only 3 live. As Elazer moves his army into a defensive position over here, and those Zerglings over here finally do manage. Oh, there goes your medevac. Finally managed to strike gold, or at least a command center. And here's that position on the 4th base again, with lots and lots of tanks this time. As he sort of zones out the laser over here, so he can very easily continue chipping away at that 5th base. No, he does move in a little bit. Oh, and those Ultralists get shredded. As said, Marines don't do a lot of damage. Marauders still sort of do, and tanks certainly do. I mean, they do 55 versus armored, and Ultralists are most definitely armored. Moving in quite a few corrosive ball shots do take down a few tanks, and the tanks move into mobile mode, where they do a little bit extra single target DPS. And do clear out these Ultralists very, very slowly indeed. Which is that? Oh. Wait, I thought they did more damage on single targets. Or maybe more DPS, they just shoot faster. But back into siege mode. They are very nicely placed to kill off this army by Elazer. And now there's a flank on both sides, but the Zerglings from the other side do not in fact live long enough to connect. And Elazer is once again driven back. Now we're on 52 supply. This base is gone. This base is under fire with siege tank in position to take care of this. And Elazer, yeah, well, it's, yeah, GG. No, I fully agree. 1-0 to XY. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Mars coming at you over the interwaves with the second game in this best of 5 for Dreamhack Tours, also known as the WCS Spring Championship between, and I'm going to try to do this again, XY. Yes, I did that thing. Very good. And over on this side we have Elazer. Both of these guys play for teams. Lag. Alright. I'm sure this one's probably for, what is it, IA or IX or IG? Invictus Gaming? Yeah, Invictus Gaming. But Elazer, to be honest, I have no clue. I don't know. Let's see, we have Elazer for True Esports, and we have XY for Invictus Gaming. Yes, not to be confused with the Invictus Games, which have now ended, I believe. Anyway, we have Elazer coming in with a hatch first and a quick gas and spawning pool afterwards, whereas XY going for a barracks, a gas, and all of that is getting scouted due to the nature of this map. This is Arena. This is quite the map. Lends itself very well to cheeky play, I suppose you could call it. I've had some interesting tactics on this map by Zerg. You can build a bunch of overlords, load in a bunch of Zerglings and Queen, and just fly them over here and drop them in your enemy's base. We've seen people be successful with that. If you've watched my stream at all, you've seen me not be successful with that. I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing wrong. Alternatively, there's the usual in proxying, which is not going on. And due to the short distance in air, Doom Drops or Banshees are not entirely uncommon here either. And XY giving himself a little boost with that grenade as he goes, as he went into his opponent's main and saw, yep, pretty much everything that is there. And it's going to get 2 Zerglings to ward off the Reaper and pull him out of position with the other 2. Slowly, this, but not before there is quite the scout by Elazer. Didn't see that factory though, which is unfortunate. Hasn't seen that second gas either. Is in position to see, well, not so much. 2 queens in position to push this away, and an early evolution chamber, meaning we could very well see the tactic I just described. Yep, with overlord speed. No, this is nice. And does XY see this? Does he know of this tactic? Oh, and Elazer a little bit too late to pull his Zerglings away. And XY scouts here and go like, this is certainly odd. What's going on here? As he tries to move his Reaper back, but with Zergling speed being up, he's not going to. And there's nothing in this bunker. Oh, there's nothing in this bunker. And how much army does this guy have? Well, not a lot. And here is that Queen, and here are those Zerglings, and they go right on top of XY's army. And oh, there's a massacre going on here with 7-8 workers being exploded on. And this bunker is going to be quite useful in fending this off, making sure he doesn't die, but that natural base is forfeit, and is everything that's spawned out of this thing. There's only 3 Marines in there. Now he's not going to be able to kill the bunker, so he has to go after the SCVs, but there are 8 SCVs left. And here are some more Zerglings who give up on the bunker, instead take out that reactor on the barracks and forces this Mountaineer to lift off. And with additional, there he just goes again. There's just, more More drop overlords, and he can load off into his opponent's army yet again. And yeah, there goes that siege tank, and there goes another SCV, and another one, and another one, and another one, and I believe that is a meme, but I'm not very good at that sort of thing. There goes the bunker, and GG. That was very nice. Just equalizing that game. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the wrong button. Welcome to this, the third game in the round of 32 of Dreamhack Open Tour between this guy, Invictus Gaming's XY, and on the other side, well, horizontally speaking, at least, of Invader, we have for True Esports, we have Elazer. Possibly also worth noting is the Polish nature of this player, whereas this guy is Chinese, if I'm not mistaken. We had a long game on this tower to start the game off with, taken by XY in the end. I'm just trying to remember how you're supposed to pronounce that guy's name, because I believe there was some... I learned it as XY, and then somebody else said, like, yeah, no, you're supposed to do it like that. I asked him personally. There we go. Yeah, and game 2 was on Arena, where the short distance by air and the short rush distance for Zerglings got Elazer the 1-1. So we have at first, again by Elazer, and again we have the barracks with gas into Reaper and expand for XY. So pretty stable openings so far for both players. And yeah. And I am dropping frames. Why am I dropping frames? Alright, let's see if that's any better. That is better. Sort of. No, that is not better. It's an internet issue. Interesting. But Elazer's Overlord does make it to safety from XY's Marine. XY is going to move his Reaper in to see what he can see, and this is not a fantastic Reaper map. There are... Ooh, does he see this one? Yes, he does. Can he deny it? No, he can't. Oh, that was very close. Cannot deny that third being planted down. Reapers can only come in through here, which is fairly easily defended. There are no ramps. He can jump up and jump down and annoy the ever-living crap out of the Zerg player. No, he has to go in through the opening just as everyone else. And that queen over there, make sure that that is not in fact very easy. A reactor out here, and we're getting a factory which isn't producing anything yet. Stim for our Terran player, and the Reaper making sure that everything is still as it should be. And this Overlord continues to see a lot of things, including the building of a wall by XY. Sees the bunker, yes. Yes, he does. Now, this not being a ramp can be quite nice for the attacker, as that Reaper does get taken out, as there is no vision that is needed in order to attack this. There is no free fire zone for the defender where he can see his opponent, but the attacker cannot yet see the defender. So this is a little bit different than what we sometimes see. 2 medevacs being produced and nothing yet out of the factory. Only got the 2 barracks so far, so no crazy production. And there are these scouting zerglings of Elazer. As he splits them up, and he goes for it and sees a wall, which isn't surprising because he already saw that with this. Moves in an overlord, and he had another one over here, I thought, but apparently I was mistaken. With which he's going to try and see what else is going on in the base of XY. Sees the factory, sees the lack of a tech lab, sees the double thing, and that maybe tips him off that something is going on, as XY does move 2 full medevacs of Marines into his opponent's base. And yeah, these Zerglings, oh, is that going to be enough? Does Elazer have enough? No, this is a very, very potent attack, and yeah, Elazer can't really out all the Zerglings that Elazer has, and these medevacs just make sure that these Zerglings cannot in fact touch the Marines. He even has to pull his drones right there. And yeah, this is just a very, very strong attack by XY. Even if Elazer does clean this up, which he should be able to do possibly eventually, you just stop throwing your Zerglings into there and morph a couple of Banelings, dude. Which is easier said than done, because you obviously don't have time for anything like that. As XY moves back into this position, minimizing surface area. Elazer does eventually clean this up, but XY lost 11 Marines due to this. 9. Right. He didn't have 2 full medevacs? Okay, he didn't have 2 full medevacs. What did XY lose? What does Elazer lose? 79 Zerglings, 15 drones, 6 queens. This is a devastating effect by XY, and in the meantime, when all of this was going down, he built a 3rd, and there's more units here ready to come out, and he drops it back here. This time there are Zerglings in place to take care of it, but not enough to kill them, and 4 Marines do in fact survive. More Zerglings stream in piecemeal, and that is exactly how you want your Zerglings. If you're a Terran, yes, come on by one. We want you in range of our guns, so we can shoot at you before you can gnaw at us. And even this on creep, oh, this is just devastating for Elazer. Not good, definitely not good. There is now 2 base and 35 workers versus 63, and that 3rd base is being put in place. That one Zergling sees exactly what is going to happen, and yeah, this next attack, oh, he just keeps using this position. This is not the greatest position, as that medevac does get taken out, and the same thing is going to happen here again, and with no spawning pool, which he does restart. No, not even. Doesn't even want to try it. GG. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mars coming at you over the interwaves with this, the 4th game in this best of 5 between Invictus Gaming's XY. And over on this side of Froze Temple, we have playing for True Esports. We have Elazer. He doesn't get a swiggly thing. 214XY, so Elazer has to be on his best behavior, but I like this map when it comes to Zerg. I know it's a lot of Terrans also like it, with this providing an excellent place to keep your tanks as you push this 3rd base, but I like it. There's a lot of possibility for drop play here, which I know is generally a Terran thing, but on this map I play this style. So yeah, we've got a standard opening over here, but Elazer is going for a pool first. That's new, but he's not getting I said is he gets it, an extractor. Doesn't see anything, and his opponent equally does not scout. So we have 2 quiet openings. As XY decides, well, it's worked so far. Why should I stop doing it now? As he gets first a barracks, then a gas, then an expansion. Elazer, however, does switch it up, going for, with the spawning pool first, maybe hoping indeed for that low ground command center, and if he manages to bypass this Reaper and kill this SCV, he'll be able to find himself in quite a nice spot, and he does decide to go around, so that is interesting and possibly very good news for Elazer. Moves his queen forward to intercept the Reaper, and here comes the Reaper. Go like, uh-oh, are you not there yet? And in fact, no, I'm not. Moves his Reaper back right away, and there are those Zerglings, and they should cause this SCV to try and move back. And you want to raise? Oh, he pushed into there right away. He might have been very lucky indeed, and moved in there. But with that Reaper back into place, these 4 Zerglings should get cleaned up. Oh, may sacrifice another SCV to the cause. Yes, he does. It's very nice for Elazer there. And there's, oh, what was that? A good 30 seconds delay on that CC, which might be judged very much worth it. And going for that 3rd. What are we doing? Yes, we are getting Hellions again. Yes, we are. So in the first game, there was an attack being done, Hellions at the front and then a Liberator around the back. There's also the possibility of maybe ferrying Marines in the base. As Hellions push the front, but we will see what XY does decide to go for. And there's another armory for the Hellbats. Yes, it's a medevac. Okay, good. Well, we'll see what he can do with that. Medevacs heal Marines just as well as they heal Hellbats, so that might be a little bit more sustainable attack than the Liberator he used in the first game. Did end up winning that first game, and that Zergling does spot the 4 Hellions. So he should know what's up. And does he have a Roach Warren in place? No, it's still building. But is building Zergling instead, and does have quite a few queens, which is nice. One more Hellion, a bunch of Marines, and here go the Hellbats. So here's another push by XY, and let's see what he can do with it. We have 11 Zerglings, 4. Oh, and you don't want to do Zerglings against these Hellbats, and the Zerglings go on the Marines, in fact, so that is very nicely done. And the Queens stick around to take care of the Hellbats, as the medevac did back off. Look at these guys spreading out. That's one of the things you really don't want to do. You don't want to clump up your units, as there was another little bit of delay, and there are the roaches for Elazer, and he can finally shoo away these. Oh, look at that, 6 hit points. And this is not as good an attack as it was in round 1, where he did manage to kill off that 3rd, I believe. And there's that Liberator again. Oh, these things are so annoying. Yeah, you don't want to move it in there because there's a queen, although that queen is in fact too low health to really do anything about it. 1 Ravager shot. Can that queen? Yes, that queen can reach it. So that did 4 kills. That was good, and quite a bit of delay. So very good on XY. Has he got a third command center in production? Yes, he does. And he's moving out with another 4 Hellions, maybe for a run by in the main or the third. Both are possibilities. And yeah, we've got we don't have any evolution chambers yet for Elazer, as he does move these 3 Hellions in, but he decides, you know what, that's not going to go very well. Instead elevators them into the main, which that could, those are some stacked up drones right there. No, and does get on out of there with, again, 10 hit points. He's very good at not letting his medevacs die. I don't know where the other one went. Maybe this is just the one medevac he has. He repaired it, he went back in which case that medevac is very lucky indeed. Still roaches and ravagers for Elazer, whereas XY is, you know, getting that bio tank composition. Not really building any medevacs, which is odd, because medevacs is what really makes the Terran army so strong. I mean, Marines are good, but not as good as Marines with medevacs hanging over them. As Elazer does put in a little scout troop of 3 roaches, 2 one-shots, workers, so he managed to get 3 or 4 workers there before losing 2 roaches to tank fire, and now an additional roach to just stuff. So 22 Zerglings, 3 roaches, 5 drones versus 6 SCVs. We had a ping. That's cute. And is this in range? No. No, it does not see that, but may... well, he sees it with the Liberator, as these roaches grab yet another SCV, and they go like, yeah, no, you have a tank there, I'm not moving in there. Now moving out, and he shows the spines on its back, so if XY was paying attention, he knows he has tunneling claws. Yes, he was paying attention, because there is the missile turret. And he pops up, kills a bunch of stuff. Wait, how did he see that? Yep. And these little clump of roaches do get cleaned up. No, not quite. 3 of them do make it out. As additional roaches manage to burrow and go to the back, which killed quite a bit apparently, and I missed it. But the remainder do get cleaned up, and this roach gets too close to that missile turret and does get cleaned up as well. And these 3 roaches come back in, and no, they get denied. This group, on the other hand, well, that Liberator certainly has to die. Yes, he does. As XY gets into the defense position, does save that tank, gets another tank in position. But Elazer is very comfortable on 4 bases, getting a 5th just now. No upgrades yet, though. Well, there, and as I say that, there's 1-1 with 2-2 right on the way, and getting a Spire. Hive as well. A greater Spire right away. Interesting. Not going for the Ultralisk, which has been so successful recently. Going instead for another unit which has caused Terrans a lot of grief in the past. Yep, that's 1 roach. That is 2 roach, and you're going to go by a missile turret, so that's not going to go very well for you. But sieges have a dead range. He manages to kill 1 more SCV, as there's a... Ooh, that was a very narrow escape for XY right there. Very nice. Fungal. This pretty much being the TVZ. Oh, look at that fungal. And now you want to put some corrosive bile on there. And there in comes the laser with the corrosive biles. It's a little bit late, so XY does get a chance to back up, but there is a lot of Zerg here, and there's a lot of Terran here. Terran does drive that back. There is more Zerg than there's Terran, but damn, those tanks hurts. 5 bases versus 3, so the laser is sitting pretty. And there's one Broodlord. One Broodlord morphing in. He's got a little bit more room in the supply. 2 Broodlords. How many corruptors do you have? No, that was your sum total in corruptors. Maybe expecting a few more losses in that skirmish. As he sends in another little strike force. And a strike force here, of which you forgot to burrow 1. Now you can't actually see these guys, like the faint ripple, but oh, he does see that here, and he pushes that back, maybe getting into position to siege. Oh, and he does manage to grab these 4 here. Marauder's doing very well against roaches, and burrowing is not going to be very useful right next to these missile turrets. But over here, a different strike group getting it into place, and we're going from 25 to 26. We'll count at the end where we get close. Oh, but no. XY has seen this before and puts his tanks in place. 32, so he managed to kill 7. As we get more and more Broodlords, going up to 5 now. 4. No, we have 5 going up to 6. With static D in place. If you're this economically ahead as the Zerg, put in some static D, especially if you're going to a Broodlord or some other slow moving army, because you're not going to pull your Broodlords back, as this does quite a bit of damage, as XY was moved commanding away from that. This is what I mean. Look at that. You can kill an entire base, pick up, and just move away before anything in the Broodlord's in the Broodlord army manages to catch up on that. There are no Marines here, so nothing that can kill these corruptors. Yeah. As one solitary roach does get cleaned up by that scan. There is the 4th, and no, it's not going to do anything because there are in fact 2 Zerglings there. Laser retakes that thing, and another drop over here. XY doing exactly what you want to do against thing, and we have attacks on several different fronts. You want to stretch your opponent thin if you are going up against Broodlords. Broodlords are slow animals, as we saw as they tried to capture this boss. Oh, and this is so sad because there's nothing they can shoot up. Can they cancel the space, however? No, I don't think so. No, these are going to. But this is not going to be a very healthy base as it does spawn. And these... I was going to say these Zerglings finally getting cleaned up, but there's another one burrowed there. And yeah, here's another little drop of Marauders. Oh, move commanding past Bio here. Pulling this army back, but not moving forward with his completely undefended Broodlords, for which I can't really blame him. And this just flying there because there is, again, nothing that shoots up. And this time it's actually XY's own fault for putting units under his command center, so he still can't mine effectively. Land it. Now he's going to move in over here. He's got a bunch of these, and he's got ship weapons. Is that ship weapons? No, that's vehicle weapons. So that's not actually going to help. He takes out this 5th base once again. We've got 3 more roaches moving in here and taking care of yet more SCVs as we're up to 39 being killed versus 13. We're getting a planetary fortress over here, so as soon as we manage to clean this up, maybe put in a missile turret, he should actually finally have a run-by safe base. And we've got a bunch of factories here with no add-ons, as we have yet more roaches being annoying as all crap. 42 workers killed. And we have a big engagement here as Elazer managed to reach Ultralisk without me noticing it. And now we have Ultralisk Broodlords, and good luck to any Terran being faced with this. This will chew you up and spit you down. Although if you're going to donate your infestors, well, there's nothing there to shoot at. Those are all SCVs. No, the army comes in from over here, and there's nothing really here to take out these Vikings other than the infested Terrans, as the Ultralisk do push this army back. And the tanks don't want to get into siege mode due to those broodlings of the Broodlords. They will cause friendly fire, and it will be very, very bad news. Now with 2 bases killed, and well, one of them is about to get killed, we can call this a very successful attack for Elazer, but he is starting to peter out, and he may want to get his forces back together for one last thing. But no, XY says GG, and Elazer doesn't need to go back. Very nicely played. How did you switch those sides again? No, I don't know how to do that. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to this, the final game in the round of 32s between Elazer and XY, as my wife laughs at me not supporting my hobby. Between...
I don't mind the hobby, it's your diction that's funny.
I have a stuffy nose, okay? This guy, anyway, XY, over here, Terran. 1-2 games. Over this guy we have Elazer, also 1-2 games. Best of 5, 2-2, meaning that one of these guys needs to put on another one on the board and can then move on. We have a hatch first coming in for Elazer, and we have a barracks and gas coming in for XY. So standard openings for both. Now this is an interesting map. There's rocks here leading to your third. There's rocks, well, there's a rock tower turning into rocks here, which can, you know, block this off. Usually used for defensive purposes, though I've seen it used for in offensive purposes as well. Rocks on your fourth, although some people take this instead. And then we have rocks here and here, you know, keeping these apart. These are 2,000 rocks, and I believe these are also 2,000 rocks. So there you go. And we have a barracks being brought. We're not having a complete wall off, which is interesting, and a command center. Again on the low ground, despite his opponent last game going for the quick Zerglings to deny that. Comfortable enough with this map that his opponent will go back to standard, or maybe there's a mind game being played here that I don't know. And the Reaper does go in. So anyways, we have the attack path through here. You just have to make your way through 4,000 hit points with 3 armor worth of rocks, or you go over here. Now this is a long way around by ground, there's a short way around by air, and then this is a short way around costing lots of bullets. As the... Ooh, just got that in time, and we may need to build a spore crawler or something of the like. Oh, very nicely on the last possible moment, and just take out the Reaper. Nice play by Elazer, losing nothing, which is exactly how you want it, of course. Still standard opening. No, switching it up to XY, going for a mine. Now, is this going to be offensive or is this going to be defensive? As I said, there is a very short distance by air, which can be used to put those mines into play. As Elazer moves an Overlord in to scout, does see an unreactored factory producing something. And there's a very nice distraction tactic as Elazer does move in with a number of Zerglings and takes down 1 SCV. He takes out 2. Oh, that was a very good Widow Mine. Does take out 2 though. Also loses the Overlord. So nice play by both. And now the factory is going to be used for... Let's see. Well, nothing much at the moment. One mine, 4 Marines, and well, Elazer is certainly expecting this because he moved his queens into position. Has a spore crawler right there for any nasty invisible things. But instead, XY moves in to take out this Overlord and moves away before anything bad can happen to him. And is going to try his luck on the 3rd of Elazer, which doesn't have any drones yet, so not going to be the greatest thing. And XY moves in for another Overlord. Ooh, doesn't manage to kill it, but it makes it very close. And now he does lose 2 Marines. May want to drop these for a little bit and heal them up before doing anything again, because these are some low health Marines. And that queen should be able to... Oh, no, there is that mine again. This is a nasty mine. Show me the mine. 12 kills, all of them. Excuse me, all of them Zerglings. And in the meantime, we have this Liberator who did absolutely nothing. 3rd CC on location. As I think that mine got 1 last shot off before he did kick said bucket. So 3 bases versus 3 bases. We've got a 1-1 melee for... And we've only got 1 upgrade going on for XY. Oh, there's is the 2nd one. I was wondering if there was intentionally. And here's the Overlord that told Elazer everything about the 3rd base. Now you'll notice that XY took down the rocks over here, making running by with Zerglings a little bit more difficult. And Elazer has opted not to go here. Now Elazer is going to get this base right here, because against a opponent that drops or that uses flying things, this ledge is a pain in the ass. Now spore crawlers do help against that, but if you shoot that down from the low ground with a high ground vision and then just drop back and forth against somebody who plays melee, which Elazer certainly is, then well, it's a bit of a pain in the ass. XY not in vision of this, but he is now. You see those Zerglings come in on a different time. We've got 9 Mutalisks with the attack upgrade. And are there any turrets? No, there are no turrets. So last game, Elazer really slowly tore XY apart with the harassment. And this game he might try to do something very similar, or he might be trying to use the Mutalisk against the Medivacs, which is also generally a good thing because it makes sure that your opponent does not pick up and just leaves due to, well, Mutalisks. Sacrifices 2, 3 Marines there, 4, 5, and the entire drop does get cleared up, including the Medivac. But it did give his opponent enough time to start his missile turrets, although he didn't. And start building mines, because there is one thing that really does a number on your flying Mutalisks, and that is not looking while you're flying over mines. Where's that Liberator? That Liberator got taken out. Okay. So both massing up, both comfortable, presumably in the macro game, as Elazer moves in with a number of Zerglings once again, taking out a number of reinforcements. Oh, and once again with a very nice mine shot, 3 kills here only, but moving up to 8 workers killed, which could have been a lot worse, I had a feeling. Nice creep spread, but here is a Medivac without anything in it, slowly starting to scout and moves back. Maybe XY is like, hey, you've got nothing in it. So yeah, mines instead of siege tanks, which is interesting. Definitely more effective against Mutalisks, so I can't blame him for that. But his opponent does have Widow Mines. Banelings, and some more Banelings moving in. Where the Mutalisk, that Mutalisk is going to get taken out as there are spreads by XY, but there are more more Banelings right here. Mutalisk moving in at the back, distracting XY from the front right there, possibly. Take out a few reinforcements, and there goes the Banelings moving in, and does he clean it up? No, there are still Marines left, but there's not a great deal of them anymore. Elazer is pushed back to his third. Maybe you want to move out those workers, as another 2 Banelings do come in and take out everything that can shoot out at these Mutalisks, and Baneling less taken out, which is certainly a great boon to XY, and a lot of Mutalisks, 50 Mutalisks lost, and more Zerglings moving in right there. Oh, this is starting to look very bad for Elazer. As he moves in his drones, gets us around with drones, with Zerglings and Mutalisks, and now there's just Marauders left. Marauders can't shoot up, meaning that these Mutalisks can clean up everything. You may want to kill those mines before they horribly kill your Mutalisks. There's still nothing here that shoots up. These Mutalisks can just slowly pick this apart. Here are the first Marines again, but there's not enough to clean this up. There's one attack on these Mutalisks. Okay, that's starting to get to be a little bit too many Marines, but yeah, 60 army supply against 60, and how many didn't end up losing that many workers? Still on force bases. Whereas his opponent XY is quite a bit oversaturated on that natural. Elazer checking to see whether that natural has been taken as he moves in, and there is no missile turret here. I suppose I missed a flyby at some point, because there was definitely a missile turret there, as Elazer does move in and kills another bunch of SCVs right there. But XY is moving out again, knows that he is in trouble with only 44 SCVs left, and there is a Baneling nest again. Oh, a lot of Banelings being used on those Marauders. Instead, this is what they should be doing. They should be killing the Marines, And they do kill a lot of Marines. Do they kill enough Marines? Because there's a lot of mulas in the sky. There are 23 Marines still, but most of them are actually on their way, and these mulas do clean up everything, and GG. What are you doing over here? A lovely run by, very nicely played, and Elazer moves on 3-2.